All right, we have a really special guest coming up. It was a last-minute thing. I was going to do a presentation on NFT marketplaces and all kinds of different stuff NFT related, but one of my favorite influencers in the space, I saw him poolside and said, hey, listen, man, I'd like to just share some time and shoot the shit with you about everything that's going on in the industry, get to know you a little bit better. I've never met him in person. I think influencers play an incredibly big role within this industry. They come to us with sometimes solid research and tell us, what's going on. We have busy lives and we tune into them and they concentrate their efforts to get us news. So I think they're underappreciated in the whole grand scheme of things. And there's some that their influence is more important to them than the money that they could earn by taking quick cash grabs. And this is definitely one of those guys that works with honor. He exposes people and projects and things when other people are promoting them because there's money involved. He's letting people know for real, real information. I really appreciate him in the space. People like him in the space. And I'm just going to sit down with him and we're just going to talk a little bit about the whole entire industry. So please welcome Chico Crypto. Welcome, my friend.
Hey.
Welcome. All right, cool. So I've been following you for quite some time. I get a lot of my information and news from you and people like you. YouTube is my favorite source, the video content and stuff. I'd love to start with just like understanding your setup and what it is to be a YouTuber. So maybe give us like a pro of being a YouTuber and maybe a con of being a YouTuber.
A pro, you gotta love content. If you're going to be a YouTuber, you better like creating content. I live, breathe, sleep. I dream about it, So if you want to do what I'm doing, you better like researching, you better like crypto or whatever you want to influence in. That's one of the biggest pros of it is I love crypto, so I'm doing what I love, and I'm influencing people, hopefully helping for the most part. One of the cons is your life is public, 24/7, don't have really a separate Tyler Chico. It's in one now, basically. So my life, and you got to have thick skin, for that, because people come at you, they attack you. So yeah, if you want to be an influencer, you better like creating content, you better have thick skin, and yeah, you just got to deal with it.
Very nice. Now, I know there's a lot that goes behind this, and you deeply research subjects, very deeply. You bring levels of research that I don't think anybody in the game does. How does that work? I work with a YouTuber in Amsterdam, Kwebbelkop. He has 15 million subscribers. He has an office and like 30, 40 people working for him to do his little gaming videos. What does your team look like? What is this whole setup look like for you?
So all research, scripts, content I create is me. I don't have any researchers, it's all me. I do have a full-time editor, I have a cameraman, and a channel manager who kind of works the sponsorship deals for me. I don't have time to do that because I'm down in the trenches researching.
Yeah.
So like here recently, my goal with my content is to break news before it's news. A lot of content creators in the space, they're literally just reading Cointelegraph, CoinDesk articles. Word for word, and they're just going through that. That's not me. I want to break stuff before it's news. So here recently I put out a video regarding Twitter, Elon Musk and buying Twitter. I have a personal feeling they're going to be turning it into a DAO and launching a Twitter coin. I'm very certain that's going to happen.
What's really funny, if you follow Chico Crypto, I don't know where you are in your journey here, but Chico has brought some insights of this industry, just like BlockDown. When it was all about decentralized exchanges, you were talking about Uniswap, like before there was anybody talking about it. He was talking about DeFi and the projects with DeFi. I'm talking 100x, 200, 300x, and he's not talking about the pumpability of these coins and stuff. He's talking about the real technical importance of these projects. So I regret not listening to a lot of your advice through the whole, you nailed NFTs as well. I'm like, why is he talking about NFTs, these stupid crypto punks and crypto kitties? Like, what is he talking about, But every single single thing that you do, and that's being embedded in it all day long, every single day.
Yep,
So
exactly.
thank you for those insights. Now, a lot of this industry has turned. We've been in it a long time, right? But now we're turning towards more of a creative, cool thing, finding different applications. The metaverse is one of these things, right?
Yep.
What's your experience? What's your thought? I participate in Decentraland. I know you have a place there, which is cool.
Yes, I do.
Give us some insights on the metaverse, what's coming up, what it is to you, and maybe how it works in Decentraland with your little office there and what you do with that place.
Well, the metaverse is going to be interesting. I mean, we are in the early stages as of right now, but what I foresee coming with the metaverse is literally a place where humans, us, are going to be able to interact with AI. That's the goal of the metaverse, where AI can literally learn from us and we can learn from the AI. And that is the goal of the metaverse. Everyone right now, they're just doing it as people, but eventually there will be AI in the metaverse, and that's where things are going to, beyond our imagination, because AI is literally going to be teaching us stuff, and we're going to be learning from them as well.
That's an interesting insight that I haven't heard before, but of course, that's probably where that is leading,
That's
right?
where they're going to live. The AI are literally going to become human inside of the metaverse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. And with your location in Decentraland, how are you leveraging that right now? Is it just a place to have your brand in Decentraland? Do you do any organizations there or any meetups or anything?
I did, not here recently, but I do plan on the future having some events inside of my own place.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. On to the next one. It seems to kind of be old news. I think that it's still very relative, but like I discussed, you called DeFi before DeFi was even really there. What is DeFi looking like today? We're not talking about it too much, and I'm just wondering, what do you think about DeFi today and where we're going tomorrow with DeFi?
Well, I think DeFi, what we saw with, you can consider Terra Luna, USD, DeFi, well, hopefully we pull away from that and we start going to real world applications for DeFi. One of the projects I'm really bullish on is Centrifuge, because they're actually taking real world assets and putting them on chain as NFTs, invoices, loans, everything. They're doing that, and they're providing stable returns. Realistic returns. So I think DeFi is going to have to come back to reality. And yeah, we're going to start seeing, of course, lower APYs, APRs, but that's not a bad thing in my opinion.
That's not a bad thing, for
it's
sure not. All these hustlers figured out how to really get you in on their tokens by saying 600% APY.
Yeah.
So it's quite funny, but yeah, I look forward to following that. What do we have here? NFTs. Obviously, that plays a role. There is some crossover with the metaverse, NFTs. You were calling NFTs for quite some time. What's your thoughts on the current ecosystem with NFTs?
It's amazing what NFTs are doing right now. Play to earn, it's amazing what's happening in that space. Like, if you've seen what's happened with Moonsama, have you heard of Moonsama?
No.
Nope, it's on Kusama. It's a Minecraft metaverse, and literally people are earning salaries for playing only a couple hours every Sunday at these Carnage events. Mining resources inside of the metaverse, Minecraft, they mine them, and then they're able to trade it for Moonriver, which is value. Literally.
Is there an age restriction on it? Can I get my 7-year-old in there?
No,
making money for
no.
us?
There's actually people that are creating Minecraft sweatshops, employing children to play their characters. Yep. Yeah.
Well, at least it's games, right?
Yeah,
that's not that bad, right?
No,
Maybe that's
children.
That's a whole nother topic. How about NFTs for you, specific NFTs that you hold or own that are your prized NFTs? Do you have any? Any you can talk about?
I have a few. I have one of my Moonsamas is my prized one. I do have a few pieces from Vincent Van Doe's in their collections. So those are a few. Tyler Hobbs Fidenza. I have one Fidenza. So I'm going to keep that one for a long time. Also, Space Pepes, if you guys haven't heard of those, has to do with the space token Z, Gamma, Rho, Beta. Doge 1 launch, if you guys have heard of that, it's going to be happening June, September. I'm going to be there, hopefully meet Elon Musk, so that'll be cool, yeah.
Talking about Mr. Elon Musk, he
That's
seems to pop up in conversations everywhere. He's relative to everything, I think,
everything. Oh, yeah.
something. It gets to I watch your videos as much as I can, and you talk about Elon sometimes.
Yeah, pretty often.
Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever he, she, or they are, you have some theories about this stuff. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Or let's go down that rabbit hole
Down
a
that
little
rabbit
bit.
hole. Well, I have three people. It's either Elon Musk, Sergey Nazarov of Chainlink. There's a lot of stuff that points towards him, but also We Die, creator of B Money. Those are my three people that I think. But Elon, I have a theory. So Elon, if he does hold it, the Satoshi wallet, he's practicing right now with Dogecoin, launching with the Doge one, a hardware wallet with Doge on it, and it's going to be in a satellite, so it orbits. I have a feeling with his next mission, he's going to Mars, and he's shooting a rocket there to launch a satellite to orbit Mars. I have a feeling he's going to insert the Satoshi wallet into that satellite, and then when he passes, it's time he's going to announce that he is Satoshi and the Satoshi wallet's on Mars and create the biggest space race ever. I mean, think in 5 to 10 years how much that's going to be worth. Countries will be going to get that,
I'll be going to get
that.
that.
Everyone will be trying. I mean, whoever gets there first.
That's the most magical theory ever.
Yep.
I want to see that in a cartoon version or something. That sounds epic. Wow.
Yeah.
Those are not the usual suspects, though.
No.
Like with Chainlink's Sergey Nazarov, he's been in the mix a little bit, like of recently, of recent years. There's a lot of different stuff there. Have you deeply researched the other contenders, like Adam Back or Hal Finney and these guys?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I personally, there's a theory that people think it's a group of people. I don't believe that for a second, because if it was a group, we would already have figured that out. People can't hold secrets, especially a group. It has to be one person.
I agree.
So I do have a feeling they're still alive as well. I went down the rabbit hole with Hal. I don't believe it's Adam Back. He's just too cocky, it doesn't fit Satoshi,
Fair.
Satoshi was very humble, so I have a feeling it's a very humble person, Again, Sergey, Elon. We Die, he created B Money. I mean, what the Bitcoin white paper was basically based off of. So, yeah, it's possibly him as well.
Nice. Talking about different projects and stuff, I've heard you talk about a few. What are the ones that you're really looking at? Let's say we're in a bear market, let's say we're in a sideways market, something like this. What are the projects that you really believe are going to be building something? And I know it's the only projects that you would ever promote, things that you long-term believe in. What are the ones that people can kind of look at and look at? Yeah.
I mean, in these type of conditions, if you're not buying Chainlink, you're crazy. I mean, Chainlink is critical Web3 infrastructure, the Oracle network. Another one, I look for infrastructure projects. Pocket Network and their Pocket Relays, RPC, decentralized RPC, that's going to be massive. I mean, so I'm picking up Pocket, Chainlink, and the space tokens are some of my biggest holds right now.
Nice. One thing we were talking backstage, you sometimes are a little bit controversial in your content, calling out certain types of people and certain things. What has happened with you being so upfront and honest about your feelings of individuals and peoples? Have you gotten lots of positive results from this and or negative results? What are some of those things? Because I think that it doesn't sound like I'm an introvert. I don't like controversy. I don't want to be involved there, yeah? When I watch you, I'm very thankful that you're doing it so I can sit back and watch, but I still get a little uneasy with some of these things. Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's been positives and negatives, of course. I'm going to call out bad influencers, because they're shitty, and feel like I have a duty to let people know, because most influencers in the space are out for one thing only, that's money. I started crypto, of course, I wanted to make some money, but I started my channel because I felt like I knew more than the typical influencers that were already promoting. I mean, back when I started, it was Supo Man and those guys, you know. Crushed Supo Man, he's gone, hopefully forever. But
He's popping up sometimes.
yeah, I know he's popping back up. I can't believe it. But of course, you know, there's negatives too. For me being myself and calling people out, I have been sued, you know. So yeah, you got to deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. What else do we talk about? Man, we just covered like the whole entire aspect of this thing. Maybe we talk about the whole Luna situation.
Yeah.
Obviously, these influencers. Actually, I want to go back to what you just said. A lot of people don't know how it works. When you're seeing projects popping up everywhere, Luna, for example, and maybe it's sort subject, but Cardano and these things, regardless of what they're building, there's a lot of money within the ecosystem of these projects. And they pay a lot for marketing to put them in front row center so they can maybe sell into the markets to fund a little bit of stuff. You being so straight up with your beliefs in the projects and cover projects that definitely are not paying you and covering that information, is it hard knowing that you're putting a lot of money on the side? Because I'm sure you're reached out to hundreds of projects a week that are willing to pay you tons and tons of money and you just don't take it.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's a hard walk to walk, you know. There's a lot of money on the line, and I have been, you know, offered tons to cover scam projects. But I try to do my due diligence, you know. If I'm going to take a sponsor, I'm going to make sure that it's a good project that's going to be around for one, and I'm going to let my community know that it is sponsored content. I was one of the first influencers to begin doing that, because 2017, 2018, most influencers were all taking money and then not saying it was sponsored. They're acting like it was organic, and the projects would actually pay you more if you did that. So they're like, we don't want it because the sponsor looks bad. So I was the first person to start saying this is sponsored, as well as putting in the description how much I'm being paid, full disclosure, you know.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, super.
But talking about Cardano, I got a funny story that you guys should all know, and I hope Charles Hoskinson, you're watching this. I was actually supposed to fight Charles Hoskinson in an MMA match, and I really want to do it, Charles, so if you're watching this, let's go, buddy boy.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How was this? I can't see him. Yeah, let's go with that. The next BlockDown will have a little ring here. I know there's some jiu-jitsu players. I'm a big fight fan and have trained as well.
I've been training for the last year.
Yeah, training to fight Charles Hoskinson.
I wouldn't have to train to beat him, but you know, I
would not think so. But maybe it's unassuming, like Hoist Gracie from the original.
No, we were
UFCs.
actually supposed to. In 2019, before the pandemic, we both agreed to it, and we were gonna get it set up.
How did that? Were you calling out Charles and Cardano at that point?
Oh yeah,
and he was
yeah.
like,
No, I was
hey,
making
like, let's
content.
settle this.
Yeah,
a manly way.
He hates me. They have a name for me. I'm like the molten tar monster in the in the Cardano community.
All right.
Yeah. So. Yeah, we were actually supposed to fight, but then the pandemic happened, so.
I don't know where Airhan is, but we need to set that up. We've had Charles Hoskinson on BlockDown before, so yeah, we need to. There he is. He's going to arrange this for the next BlockDown.
Hell
we'll have
yes,
the MMA
please.
ring. And I think there's a lot of matchups within the crypto space that we would like to see, so we'll just like write that down, you know? Maybe you'll have to do a tournament because there's quite a few people that probably want to punch you. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the deal. Listen, I'm really, really happy that you joined us here. What's next for Chico Crypto? What are you doing? What's the plans? What's the things? You know, I know there's a lot of stuff going on in your world, and it's public, right? And you share that with everybody, which I think we appreciate very much. We're happy to see you happy and healthy here in Croatia. What's next?
What's next? Well, I'll give you guys a little. Actually, yeah, I'll tell you guys. So I'm doing a decentralized tattoo. So did you see Reddit Our Place? It was basically Reddit communities. If you had a Reddit account, you could color in a pixel, basically.
Right, yeah.
And communities were fighting for space on there to put their logos and everything. I'm going to do it crypto style, where it's an auction, and literally I'm going to get probably a 16-inch by 16-inch square, and people are going to be able, communities are going to be able to tattoo their logos on me, and I'm going to do it. Oh, yeah.
Sweet. All right.
Oh, yeah, the
cool.
first community decentralized tattoo in history. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
And as for the YouTube channel, business as usual, changing it up, living situation, what's?
So yeah, of course I'm going to be creating content I mean, Chico crypto is never going away. But I also have a media website that I'm coming out with called Blockchain Leaks, which should be, I've been working on it for like a year and a half. Should be launching, I'd say, June, September.
Blockchain leaks. It
yeah.
sounds like deep research of the projects that you find not to be doing the right
Oh
things.
yeah, I'm
Be very careful,
I'm
boys
trying
and
to
girls.
compete with the big dogs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a group of really good journalists that are going to be creating, traditional written media as well as video content. But it's different. I have some surprises. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much for what you do. I think you play an incredibly important role in the whole entire ecosystem. You're obviously a popular figure because we did tweet out that you were going to be on stage here, and I don't think anybody knew that because it wasn't on the thing. This is the most people that we've had here. You got them out of bed, hung over to the thing. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us, man, and I'll see you at the boat party in a couple hours.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Thank you.
Put it together for Chico Crypto.